Thank you. I would like to look at the micro perspective of investment policy in the state, given that my colleague Suresh has talked about the macro aspect of the ecology. And as he said, in Punjab, we do have this keen awareness of and sensitivity to the ecology, to the extent that we have this sense of impending things to happen, which we would like to grapple with right away. So in our investment policy that we are framing, we are looking at essentially three things. The first would be access to technologies and markets for green growth. So we do look at the green economy, so-called, as an engine of growth for the state's economy. And for access, we would require and want two things: standards, because that's what the public sector needs to do. And in that direction, we've moved towards defining standards for buildings, green buildings, ECBC compliant buildings, in which TERI, as our partner, is helping us out on the consultancy and technology side. We've also identified equipment, whether it be industrial equipment, transport equipment, their fuel efficiency standards, because unless these standards are well specified, awareness will be a foggy notion. Then we're looking at the green economy itself as a driver of growth, of value addition. We would focus on R&D and incubation through public-private participation. I'll come to that in a minute. I would not be amiss in mentioning two sectors that the Punjab government is going to focus on. Renewable energy is one, and the other is the huge challenge of urban planning, which has two aspects: real estate and transportation or mobility, which have been talked about at length in this seminar and deliberations. In the renewable energy sector, we've put in place our generation policy for setting up projects in solar energy, biomass energy, and cogeneration. Our state doesn't have a lot of viable wind power sites, so we're looking at about 2,000 megawatts in renewable energy in the next 5 years, and that would cater to about 10% of our requirement looking into the future. That's not very ambitious when one looks at other countries, but I think it's a huge step forward that we are very committed to taking. We are also planning the manufacture of equipment used in the renewable energy sector, because we see this as a huge growth area. And so we are planning a cluster for manufacturing, and with it will go incubation facilities for R&D, for renewable energy, equipment, and technology. Lastly, coming to the transport, mobility, real estate, urban planning challenges. As you know, with Government of India, we have in place plans for the dedicated freight corridor that should be complete in December 2016. There is a plan for a high-speed rail corridor running from Delhi to Amritsar via Chandigarh. The state is planning 3 metro rail networks. The first one in Ludhiana should be up and running in about 3 years' time. It's at the advanced design stage. And we would be looking at, as I mentioned, renewable energy. We would be looking at the electric vehicle infrastructure, which countries like Estonia are already putting in place. I think it's about 5 years away, so we need to plan for it now. The huge challenge of urban planning and urban design is a national issue. Our state is addressing it, and we are looking at all our new developments in the urban sector to be walkable, to have sufficient plans for public transport, and of course the low energy buildings that I've talked about. So all these initiatives we would like to tie together in our strategy for green growth, and we are very glad to have TERI and through them the GGGI on board with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.